As before I start the video completely, I just want to say that this video is also partially sponsored by Western Rise. If you want 15% off your order and give a little kickback to my channel, use discount code ODIE or use the link below in the description. You can pick up some awesome things like their diversion pants, which is what I've been using to hike all around Colorado during my month-long stay, or the boundless shorts, which is something that I also used to hike when I was in the Great Sand Dunes. So if you're looking for good clothing that can do it all, including hiking and make you look good in your everyday, check out Western Rise, support the channel, get 15% off. Into the video. Okay, staying. Is it staying? It's good. Okay. Sorry I haven't been posting the last couple weeks. I've been traveling full-time in Colorado for the last 2 weeks. For my job, I got a new position and I had to come out to Colorado because this is where we're getting ready to move. So I needed to kind of establish some roots and do some stuff. And I've been living out of a hotel, which makes it a little difficult. But while I've been out here, I've been testing some products that I'm excited to show you, and why I've been camping on this fabulous weekend. I thought this would be a good time to sit down and record from outside of a hotel room and talk about some outdoor boots. And why not do that here in the great outdoors? These are the new boots from Lems called the Outlander. I've been using them on tons of hikes here on my trip in Colorado, and I'm pretty excited to tell you about them. Let's get into it. Okay, now I'm a big fan of Lems. I reviewed both their Boulder Boot, the waterproof like leather version, and the Boulder Boot, the regular one. And these are very similar in terms of like the style of the Boulder Boot, but they function on a whole other level, specifically designed for outdoor adventures like hiking and camping and things like that. Yes, you could definitely use the Boulder Boot in those situations, but compared to these, it's no competition of what you want outdoors compared to more of like a city or going just about your daily activities, not doing anything crazy outdoors. Then the Boulder Boots definitely are the go-to, but these, anything outdoors, hands down my new favorite thing. So the first thing I want to get into when it comes to these is the different types of terrain that I took them on. Obviously right now I'm on the side of a mountain in a forest with brush because I'm tent camping for the weekend, cooking over a stove and everything like that. But I also went to a magical place called the Great Sand Dunes of Colorado. If you don't know about this, it's a place just near Alamosa. It's just a national park. It's just these amazing sand dunes you can hike up. I ended up doing like 9 miles of hiking, went up to the top, got some amazing photos and footage and stuff. And these were the boots that I used. And in there, in the sand dunes, there's like this little stream, and that's where I kind of tested the waterproofness. But then I found out that just up the street from the sand dunes, there's a place called Zapata Falls, which is literally this. It's a waterfall, and it's got a little stream. And I was stepping in the river and in the creek or whatever you call it. I was using them in the sand, I was using them in the forest, and for a boot that's advertised to be waterproof, when I was in the water, I got them up to like about here before the water started to come in from the top, really. So about halfway up. But in my other boot, I didn't go that far down, and my feet were completely dry walking through this stream of water, which was amazing because I also was climbing over to get near the waterfall to take photos, and I flew my drone in there to get some cool photos as well. And the waterproofness of these is amazing. It's fantastic. It's honestly, in my opinion, better than the Boulder Boot somehow, but it's even better because these are specifically designed to go through that type of terrain. Talking about the sand, now one thing I did notice is in the beginning, before the sand started to get really loose in every step, you kind of like really kind of sank into that sand before you could get some grip. I noticed that when only a little bit of sand covered the boot, I didn't have that much. But when I got towards the top where the sand was a little bit looser and it kind of like really started to fold over, I mean, at one point it was up to my ankle. The sand obviously got down into the boot. I don't know for sure if that was through like the cracks in here, but I'm gonna assume, and I'm pretty confident because I was in shorts and all I had was socks. I looked like one of those like dad hikers. It was awesome. Here's a photo of me. It probably came in from the top, which is why I think these worked really well in the sand, because until I got to there, they had good traction. Even though it was like 105 degrees on the sand, I felt like my feet were nice and cool in these. I didn't feel like they were overheating, and I was wearing thick socks. These aren't something that I would wear barefoot personally. I know that a lot of people, there's still some sand in here, would probably want a barefoot pair of hiking boots. I think these work really well with socks. I tried them with being barefoot, and my feet sweated too much because of the waterproofness. I just don't think that's the route you'd want to go with these. And then the last environment that I've been in is obviously the woods, and these are amazing. I feel like they have great traction. I feel like I can easily step over the logs, the broken branches, things like that, through the sand that's up here. They're just a fantastic all-around hiking boot. They're very comfortable. When I was in the sand dunes, I ended up hiking 9 miles in sand, which is insanely not fun and kicked my ass a lot. and I thought I was in shape, and that proved that I don't think I am anymore. And my feet never really hurt. It wasn't until that moment, like when you're done hiking and you get to the car, that you're like, oh, okay, a little sore, right? But the entire time I was hiking, I never was like, oh my God, my feet, they hurt. The entire time I've been wearing these, and I've worn them quite a bit, pretty much nonstop. When I'm not at work and I'm not going out just for like tacos or something, which by the way, I've been doing nothing but eating tacos here in Colorado. Amazing. I'm pretty much wearing these because I'm going to be outdoors. My new shoe hand. And that's the other point that I want to mention, is the comfortability of these. Like I said, comfortable all day, and that's a big one. Breathable, nice, comfortable, stylish, can survive different elements, are great for a bunch of different terrains. I would trust these 100% if I was hiking in the snow, if I was hiking where there's gonna be a lot of water. I trust them in the sand, and I definitely trust them on solid ground like the woods. So if you're looking for a good pair of boots, I love Lems. I think they make great boots. If you're looking for something in this style, but maybe not as intense for the outdoors, I would highly suggest the Boulder Boot. Either one. The leather one is great if you want something more in that kind of style and you want it to be waterproof, but just the regular vegan Boulder Boot is also amazing. I have both and I love them. This goes right up there with them. Between these and their Boulder Boots and my Swab shoes, it's just the perfect combination for literally anything. It's wonderful. I only had to have like 5 pairs of shoes and it's great. But I would highly suggest checking these out, especially if you're a hiker and an outdoorsy person and you want to support a great company that's here locally in Colorado, in Boulder, which I think is super cool, which is where the name Boulder Boot comes from, I think. I'm assuming, but they're based out of Boulder, so you'd be supporting a local Colorado shop. So with all that being said, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down below and I'll do my best to answer those for you. Thank you guys again so very much for all the love and support you give this channel. Don't forget to check out Lems, fantastic company. Like, subscribe, all of that good nonsense, and I will see you next time.